Okay, we'll get started here today. Thanks everyone for joining us on the NSE Roadtrip of 2025. Today's session features many of our Midwest campuses. The session is titled Fields of Campuses, Midwest NSE Study Away Options. We'll be giving you some general information about NSE. Each of our campuses will do a introduction about their campus. We'll have some time for Q&A, and we're actually not going to be doing breakout sessions here today. We'll keep everybody here in the main room. A little bit of information about National Student Exchange. First of all, I'm David Holliday. I work for the National Student Exchange. NSE was founded in 1968, so we have a long history of offering study away within the United States, Canada, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. You can see our mission statement and our value statement here, and our purpose. We allow students to grow academically, grow personally, grow professionally, by taking new courses, meeting new people, and expanding horizons. A little more about NSE. We have about 165 campuses available all across North America, the US and Canada, as well as Puerto Rico, Guam, and the US Virgin Islands. Any major is welcome to participate in this program. We have students from some of the most common majors across higher education, as well as some of the most unique and niche majors too. In NSE is affordable. You're going to hear reference to these throughout the session. Students are accepted either on home tuition, where they continue to pay their home campus tuition and fees while on exchange, or in some cases, you'll be accepted on host tuition, where you pay in-state tuition and fees to the host campus. Financial aid from the home institution does remain applicable. Certainly federal aid. You do want to talk to your NSE coordinator about state aid, scholarships, things like that. Eligibility requirements are pretty basic here. We welcome students with at least a 2.5 GPA, sophomore, junior, or senior standing. You can see the rest of the eligibility requirements here. But without further ado, I would like to introduce the first campus presenting today, Cleveland State University. Take it away, Julie.
Thank you, David. Hi, everyone. I am Julie Good, Manager of Education Away and the NSE Coordinator for Cleveland State University. We're starting in the east of our region. You can see my scribble circle for Cleveland, far on the east. We're on the shores of Lake Erie. Cleveland State has a student population of about 9,000 undergraduate students, 14,000 overall. We are a D1 school. We have Division I sports in fencing, basketball, lacrosse, swimming, tennis, soccer, etc. Our mascot is the Viking. We were established in 1964, so we're a relatively young institution. We offer 175 academic programs in our urban campus in and of downtown Cleveland, and a highlight is our modern residence hall offerings. We have a dynamic campus environment, about 140 student organizations, including Greek life. We have a diverse student body, although we don't have a formal classification or designation. We also boast a modern recreation center with free classes, well-being activities, intramural programming. Our on-campus sporting events, concerts, plays, art exhibitions, and more mean that there's always something happening at CSU. We are also recognized for our support and inclusion of military-affiliated students. And our care team, Lift Up Bikes, and on-campus health clinic help to make students have a successful and healthy stay with us. So these are just some pictures from campus. And David, could you advance the slide deck? Thank you. Our academic highlights. We're in partnership with many area institutions, both for research and for teaching. We're with the Cleveland Clinic, NASA. NASA Glenn Research Center is in Cleveland. The federal EPA. We also partner our sports manager with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We also work with the Cleveland Museum of Art. Our urban affairs program is consistently ranked very high by U.S. News and World Report. We have a standalone film and media arts campus, and we are emphasizing career readiness now and in the future across our 5 colleges. So our biggest college is Arts and Sciences. Our business school is AACSB accredited. Engineering school is ABA accredited. We also have lots of health pathways being very close to the Cleveland Clinic. We also have a very accessible law school that's really popular, and the College of Public Affairs and Education rounds out our offerings. Cleveland State has been a member of NSE since 1997. So you can be assured that we will be in the program when you apply, I promise. We are, as you can see from the photos, on the shores of Lake Erie. We also are very close to the Playhouse Square Theater Complex, which is the largest theater district outside of New York City. So our students are working, playing, existing in this theater complex with other professionals, while at the same time taking their classes. We're very close to the national park, called the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. It's about 5 miles away, and it connects the Ohio and Erie Trail, which runs across the whole state of Ohio from north to south. Here's a picture of Magnus, our mascot, and then these are some student images of our campus and our city, which we're very proud of. Ohio is the heart of it all, and Cleveland is the heartbeat, we like to say. So, next slide, please. Our on-campus housing options, we have about 1,500 current units. Most of them have been built within the last 10 years, and so they offer apartment style housing with kitchens. We have one historic building, Fenn Tower, which also offers double, more traditional style housing for students who want to live on campus. We also have plenty of apartment complexes in the city of Cleveland if on-campus housing doesn't work for you. If you do live on campus, a meal plan will be required.
Thank.
And
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, thanks for listening, and I hope that you will consider my campus.
Wonderful. Sorry for stepping on your toes there, Julie. Thanks so much. Uh, Cleveland State does operate on home tuition, which means students will continue to pay home campus tuition while on exchange. No tuition paid to Cleveland State. You will just pay room, board, some fees to that host campus. And as Julie indicated on one of her slides, they are an open campus, meaning they accept any and all eligible students. So please consider Cleveland State for your exchange destination. Next up, we have Ball State University.
Hello, welcome to Muncie, Indiana on your road trip. You are now at Ball State University, home of the Cardinals, and our sort of tagline is "We fly." And I actually do think that the Cardinals and the flying does sort of capture our spirit. So you'll at Ball State really notice a spirit of exploration, innovation, and making a real impact. We sort of pretend, and maybe it's true, but I think we sort of act like we invented the concept of immersive learning. You'll hear it a lot. My colleague Shelby, who will be talking in a moment here, she'll also talk about it. But it's really at the heart of what we do, and runs through most of our academic units. You'll feel it as, a very good Midwestern vibe, and I'll let Shelby tell you more about where we are and what our campus is like.
I'm Shelby. I'm a social work student here at Ball State, in the graduate school. So Muncie, is a mid-sized state in East Central Indiana, right outside of Indianapolis, about an hour drive away. Muncie sits along the White River, which is one of my favorite, nature amenities here. I walk through that every day to get to campus. It can be quite peaceful. We're often referred to as the Hoosier Heartland. I've been corrected that I say that incorrectly because I refer to the hoser, because I studied in Canada, so I'm getting used to that. Our campus has a friendly, grounded vibe, that Midwest charm that makes students feel welcome. We get to experience the Midwest season. Fall is a favorite around here, but we get to enjoy all three seasons. Like I said, we have that small town Midwestern charm with the energy of a college town, thanks to Ball State. We're one of Indiana's leading public universities, and welcome just under 20,000 students each year, giving us that mid-sized university intimate atmosphere with the amenities of a larger university. And you can advance to the next slide. And this is some highlights here about our different programs and offerings at our university that makes us special. So learning doesn't just happen in the classroom. Ashley mentioned the immersive learning that we have at Ball State. I can attest to that as a social work student. I get to experience real world experiences and as well as practical engaging things in my program. We have a 15-to-1 student faculty ratio, so our classrooms stay small and personal, but create opportunities for discussion and collaboration. We're also one of the most accessible and inclusive campuses in the country. The university features accessible buildings and pathways, adaptive technology in classrooms, and dedicated staff who provide individualized support, making it possible for every student to fully participate in campus life. Our residence halls are modern, comfortable, and community focused. Another cool feature about our dorms is that we have living learning communities, where students live alongside peers who share similar interests and majors as them. These communities host events, study sessions, and make it so students can build friendships and community among people in the same field as them.
A little bit about the things that we're known for. I'll talk a little bit about some academic areas and then maybe some more, abstract ideas too that we might be known for. So we were founded as a teaching university back in 1919. So all the majors related to education, including but not limited to our teacher prep programs, are very strong. So we would have teacher education programs at the elementary level, secondary, and just about every content area that you could think of, plus special ed, early childhood ed, and a number of others. We also have a fabulous reputation and a couple of programs, including our architecture school is very strong, definitely a leader in that area. And maybe surprisingly, because of where we're located, we have a very strong theater program, especially our musical theater program. So our students go on to do great things and on Broadway. If you go to, New York and you watch a show, you'll see many credits that say, their alma mater is Ball State. And Sutton Foster, if you are familiar with it, any of the who's who in Broadway, Sutton Foster is an adjunct faculty member at Ball State. So she and her boyfriend Hugh Jackman spent some time on campus this fall, which was a lot of fun. And then we also have a great nursing school, and our media and communications area is very strong with fabulous facilities. A couple of niche majors would be we have an aquatics major, and we also have a forensic psychology major that is new and kind of up and coming, and really large programs in social work, computer science, and criminal justice. And then we have, all the standard majors, probably if it's a major at your school, it's one at ours too. We have a wide variety of majors and programs. And then some of the other stuff we're known for, I'll just mention a few. Shelby also mentioned change of seasons. It's beautiful here right now. The colors are still changing and it's cool and crisp. Garfield the cat was born here, as Jim Davis still lives in Muncie to this day. Bob Ross, the famous painter who did the Happy Little Trees, he painted here on campus in one of the studios, and the show was filmed here for most of his time. And David Letterman, who I understand students are now starting to ask who, but your parents will know David Letterman, and he is also an alumnus of Ball State. And I do think it's a fun fact that the show Armed and Famous, that was filmed while I was in grad school, I think, was filmed in Muncie, which means that I think it wasn't Janet, it was LaToya Jackson, I think, was here, and Wee Man and some others for the filming of this show. So that was kind of fun. As Shelby mentioned, we're also known to be a very disability friendly campus when it comes to accessibility. I think we're known for some Midwestern goodness, like I think the spirit of gratitude runs through here. I think you'll find Ball State students to be down to earth and really friendly and kind. And I also think that Muncie, the city of Muncie, we have this great partnership with the city and so that's part of our identity, that there's this relationship between BSU and the city. And so then Muncie people are really into Muncie. And so you'll find a little bit of Muncie fanaticism here. And then the last thing that we want to mention about Ball State is that if you wanted to study abroad, you would be welcome to come to Ball State to get to another country. So you're welcome to participate in any of our study abroad programs. But especially we have a semester-long faculty-led program called BSUN, and the location changes a lot. So the fall program is in Thessaloniki, Greece, and the spring programs will be in the UK and in Spain, two different programs operating simultaneously. But those are tend to be interdisciplinary, focused on kind of those gen ed core curriculum courses, and importantly, they tend to be priced very similar to what our on-campus housing is here. So it ends up being kind of the same price. And because we can do that one on home pay, that means that you too may be able to study abroad without it costing you a whole bunch of extra money. So we'd be delighted to have you as part of our BSUN program, wherever the location may be, and we can do it on home pay. So that's a little bit about BSU. We'd be very happy to have you. We don't get a ton of inbound students, but we will take good care of you, I promise.
Thanks so much, Ashley. So Ball State University does operate under both tuition plans, home tuition and host tuition. And if you choose host tuition, their tuition is $5,601 a semester. And the chance of placement is generally very good or excellent on home payment, and they are open on host payment. And I did note that Ball State is still open for this upcoming spring 2026 semester. So anybody looking for an exchange this spring needs to apply soon. The deadline is technically the 15th, although maybe Ashley could squeeze you in a little bit later than that. Reach out to NSEHQ if you have questions. Thanks so much, Ashley and Shelby. Next up, we have University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. Take it away, Miranda.
Yes, hello. Thank you so much for having us today. My name is Miranda Panzer, and I am joined here with one of my colleagues from UWL, Kim. And we're going to share a little bit about UWL. So UWL is a Midwest or mid-sized campus of about 10,500 students. We have an excellent student to faculty ratio, roughly 20 to 1. We are located on the beautiful Mississippi River. So right, you can see Minnesota, Iowa from the Bluffs, which is also the other part of where we're sandwiched in between with lots of wonderful geological formations, forests, parks. We are within easy access to Minneapolis, Madison, Wisconsin, Chicago. We feature 21 NCAA Division III athletic teams here on our campus with over 200 plus student organizations and clubs. So there's something for everybody. On the next slide, you are going to see some of our campus highlights. So La Crosse and UWL are well known for our exceptional natural beauty, our health and science related programs, and a lot of these attractions within the community are within walking distance or accessible via the free local bus. Our campus features four primary areas on four primary areas. One of them is the College of Science and Health, where more than half of our students take courses through. We also have our College of Business Administration, which is AACSB accredited. We have our College of Arts, Social Sciences, and Humanities, and finally our School of Education. Some of our most popular programs here at UWL include like our biology, computer science, exercise sports science, psychology, and management. Specifically within our biology program, we do have quite a few unique opportunities to get engaged in different areas like our aquatic science, biomedical science, and food and nutrition sciences. Unique programs to UWL, kind of going off of that biology, we have a unique river studies program. So if you're interested in learning more about water based on the rivers and different waterways in that regard, it's a really neat program that does a lot of hands-on research and different things like that. We also are well known for our archaeological studies program. We're one of the best in the United States that has this unique opportunity to get involved and get some unique experiences. UWL is a very welcoming and kind community. We are rated number 6 among the top LGBT-friendly colleges. You're easily accessible to airport, Amtrak, bus, and local transportation. We do have an ROTC program. for those who are interested in participating in that. And our campus, because we are so well known for our natural beauty and different things, our outdoor recreation connection area does lots of local and long distance trips. So they're constantly hiking, rock climbing, and trying to take advantage of all the natural beauty that we have here in the La Crosse area. We have a very active campus life and student body. They're constantly doing different activities, getting involved. I often joke that there's something for everybody. So, like, for example, if you're interested in cheese, there's a cheese club. Or maybe you're looking for something a little bit more academically focused. There is something here for everybody. On the next slide, you're going to see a little bit of more information about our residence hall options on campus, along with some beautiful photos. Here on campus, we do have a variety of different types of res halls. We have cube or wing traditional hall setups where you might share a room with 1 or 2 people and then share a bathroom with like 30. And then we also have like our individual suites where you share a bathroom with maybe 6 people and a room with 1 to 2 other students. And then our apartment style, where you can have your own individual bathroom or bedroom and then share the bathroom, kitchen, and living room with 3 other roommates. UWL does rank, according to US News and World Report, in the top 135 public schools among national universities. We're one of the best in the state of Wisconsin. So you can get a lot of unique opportunities to get engaged. On the next slide, we also wanted to share a little bit that we do have a free textbook rental program. So a lot of campuses around the US, you may have to buy your textbooks, but at UWL, you can rent them, which is really nice to save you a little bit of money. We also have a newly renovated Recreation Eagle Center for all your fitness needs. There's free movies on campus every weekend, free admission to all of our fun athletic events. And then we also have our Student Health Center on campus to help you with any medical needs that you may have. But I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about UWL, and I will turn it back over to David.
Thanks so much, Miranda. University of Wisconsin-La Crosse operates under home tuition, and the chance placement is 100%. So this is a school that will accept all eligible students for the next academic year. Thanks so much, Miranda. Next up, we have Emily from the University of Nebraska, Omaha.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm Emily. I'm the NSE coordinator here at University of Nebraska, Omaha. In Omaha, Nebraska, which if you don't know, it's a city of about 1 million people, right on the border between Iowa and Nebraska. We're triple landlocked, if that's something to be proud of. But we're right in the middle of the country. UNO, as we call it for short, has about 15,000 students, quite a few international students, 200 plus academic programs. So there's a lot of different things you could study. We are very connected to the community. So one of the things we say a lot is welcome to our campus, otherwise known as Omaha, because we do stuff all over the city. And every semester we have over 200 service learning classes where you, no matter what you're studying, you can pretty much do a service learning class and get engaged in what's going on around Omaha. We have 4 Fortune 500 companies. Our housing is all apartment style. And then we actually are 2 sort of separate campuses, but we're connected in the middle by a city park and golf course. I also put a few of the things that are like you can get to near Omaha. One of the things you'll see more than once is we are home to the #1 zoo in the United States. So anyone that's a big animal, wildlife, conservation, genetics, all those different things enthusiast, it's a great place to come. Some of our natural Nebraska stuff, we have Chimney Rock and the agate fossil beds, Scotts Bluff. We have the sandhill crane migration, which takes over a large portion of the state every year. Carhenge, just look it up if that's something you want to see. We're very close to the Axe Murder House, if that's exciting for horror fans. And then other things, we have Valleys Pumpkin Patch. It's like the Disney World of pumpkin patches. They have roller coasters and everything. It opens in the fall and takes over a big part of the south part of town. So, okay. So this was a big one. Forbes ranked Omaha as the best city to move to in 2024 out of all the possible cities you could pick. And here's some of the reasons why: just a low cost of living, good wages, it's a safe place to live. We have some sunny days. We have all four seasons here, so you're going to get a mix of everything. And just we have a really strong job market and employment rate. Also, we're very friendly, like most of the Midwest schools, right? We're all pretty friendly here. Um, have strong community connections and that sort of thing. These are the 6 colleges that we have at UNO, which are going to cover those different 200 academic programs. Pretty much everything that you would expect to find at a state school like ourselves, we have that here. Some of sort of our specialty programs is we have biomechanics and it has its own building and special laboratories like the pitching lab. We do have a lot of ties with baseball because Omaha hosts the College World Series for men every single year. So a lot of colleges come here and there's a lot of baseball stuff. Um, we also have medical humanities, which is kind of unique, emergency management, tribal emergency management, just a lot of different things. So we have kind of the core things that you might expect, as well as some specialized programming you can look into. This slide is just completely about food because Nebraskans, we really like food and we're proud of any food that we came up with. We eat like there's a lot of good home cooking, but it's really common to eat out in Omaha. People eat out a lot, and that's because we just like to have all the different kinds of food. But Nebraska is the birthplace of the McRib, the Runza, and the Reuben sandwich. You probably don't know what a Runza is. It's a Polish fast food restaurant that makes these like hot pocket sandwiches full of beef, like seasoned beef and cabbage and stuff. But it gets so cold in the winter that on temperature Tuesdays, you can get a runza for the price of the temperature at 6 a.m.
Mhm.
But anyway, very Nebraska type of thing. Kool-Aid was invented here. The chili and cinnamon rolls combo, Scooter's coffee, frozen meals, Hallmark greeting cards, Cliff Notes, and most surprising, the ski lift because we have no mountains. But we addressed that issue. So as for why students like UNO, of course, we have lots of student organizations. We have good facilities, all the different academic programs. There's a lot of student support. We're very close to a lot of Omaha's popular districts, like Exarban, which is just Nebraska spelled backwards. But that's a popular district for students. We have the free bus line. The student ID cards are a free bus pass, so you can hop on the bus and be downtown or go out west, but you can get around through that. And then, of course, the friendships and community is a big reason why students really enjoy UNO. Outside the classroom, already mentioned it, but the Henry Dorley Zoo, #1 zoo in America, hosting the College World Series every year. Lots of arts and culture and things to do. There's just some pictures there of some of the spots around town and things that you can go to. Since we are a larger city, there is just a lot you can do. We're not really a college town so much. There are a lot of people living on campus, but there's also a lot of people coming in from all over the city to take classes and to engage in the activities and whatnot. So if there's something that you're kind of interested in or you have your own crowd, it's probably something that you can find here. And is this my last slide?
It is.
Okay, well, great. So if you want to come to Omaha, we would love to have you. So yeah, check it out. Look us up online and you can see what we're all about.
Wonderful. Thanks, Emily. Whenever I hear or think about Omaha, I think of the Counting Crows song, Omaha, somewhere in middle America.
Yeah.
And then I realized that, like Ashley pointed out, that might be a reference that students' parents understand, but not so much today's college students. But I'm a big fan. Thanks a lot, Emily. University of Nebraska Omaha does operate on home tuition, and the chance of placement is open, 100% acceptance rate. So another great campus option that will accept all eligible students. Thanks so much, Emily. Next up, we have University of South Dakota, Joshua and Jessica.
Great. Hello, everyone. I'm the new guy, Josh. Jessica is my partner in crime over there, and she will be taking over the presentation when her slides come up. We are located at the University of South Dakota, which is in Vermillion. It is circled in red there with that lovely arrow. Vermillion, South Dakota. And we also include Sioux Falls in that because part of our campus is located up in Sioux Falls, which is our main metro area in the state. And the student population of USD is roughly about 10,000 students in its entirety. We are located on the Missouri River near the borders of South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. We have Division I athletics with 16 different sort of teams and sports. And we have specialty programs here too, including honors, first year experience, service learning courses, and of course, study abroad as well. Yes, thank you. Some campus highlights. We have the Gallagher International Center. That's where Jessica and I work. We work with other people in the international office as well, but we also have at USD the office. We've got several offices, way more than I want to list here and overload you with information. Multicultural Affairs Office. The Native American Cultural Center is very important to South Dakota and its Native population. We also have things like the Student Counseling Center for Mental Health, etc. USD boasts about 200 student organizations and clubs. We have a student-faculty ratio of 15:1, and we also have a wellness center that has a giant rock climbing wall, which you will never ever find me on. So some academic highlights. So the one thing that I tell everybody that asks about USD is it is a centralized walkable campus. You can get from one end of campus to the other in about 10 minutes, which is the time, between classes, honestly. So even in the middle of winter, it's not difficult to get from one end to the other in that amount of time. The class sizes are relatively small. I would say generally, besides your general education courses, which, your 101 courses can have up to, over 100 students, but in general, the limit is about 25 students per course. There are several colleges within the university, and there are also other sort of research opportunities with student involvement, things that we are very sort of proud of and that distinguish us from other places. We do have a law school, a medical school. We have dental hygiene programs. We have fine arts, health education, health sciences, OT, PT, arts and sciences. We are a liberal arts college, which means, you pretty much can choose just about anything and you'll find something here. Programs of interest as well. We're really big on sustainability here. It's a growing sort of movement here in South Dakota. And our business school is sort of taken this, is probably one of the most important things for students that are interested in business, is Kyle Business Consulting, which is this sort of group that works with firms. It's kind of like a micro internship where they work with firms to sort of help communities develop their businesses and whatnot. As far as Greek life is concerned, there are 7 fraternities and 4 sororities on or near campus with their various sort of philanthropic goals. And then we are also a research institution, right, that boasts presentations. They host in the spring something called Idea Fest, where undergraduate and graduate students sort of present posters or have panel discussions and presentations throughout an entire week here at USD. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Jessica now.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica, and I am one of the other coordinators here at the University of South Dakota. I'm going to be showing you some highlights about our athletics. So we are a very big athletic, community engaged school. And so we have NCAA Division I sports here, anything from football, soccer, basketball, track and field, you name it. Within these sports arenas, we also have a huge tailgate nation. So the community of Vermillion, as well as the surrounding towns, do tend to fill up our Dakota Dome, which houses our football field. And we have huge potlucks and tailgates and a student section just for them to celebrate their athletic teams. And so one of our big week-long activities that we have is our homecoming. We call it Dakota Days, and it happens every October. So everybody comes and we cheer on our Charlie Coyote, who is our mascot, and our Coyote football team. Okay. And then just some other things about living in Vermilion in general. Our on-campus housing and meal plans are very affordable. So we're looking at closer to that $23,000 or $2,300 range for a semester long stay. We are excited to welcome you on either host or home payments. We will accept any student that wishes to study here. Some of our other recreational things, we are located right on the Missouri River. So in the summertime, it's a great place to hang around, go swimming, boating, things like that. Spirit Mound is a historic landmark that is located a couple miles north of Vermilion. It is one of the known places that Lewis and Clark ventured to. So it's a very interesting hike for you to take. We also have the Black Hills and Badlands listed on here because we do take our NSE students over to the western side of the state to visit Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, and see the Badlands of Black Hills. That happens every October, so we do recommend you come and stay with us in October where there's a lot of activities happening with athletics as well as our Black Hills trip. And then this year in 2025, Vermilion was named the #1 town in the USA Today's 10 Best Small Town Home Art Scenes. And so we have a lot of arts, theater, music, volunteer opportunities here within our small town. Other unique programs, we have a Lakota language courses. We host a Wachipi every spring. And then on the weekends, you can find time to spend at the farmers markets, our wellness center, which has a new natatorium. It's a big fancy word for an Olympic-sized pool, intramurals, and things like that. I think that's my last slide, so I will just say, please come to USD. We are a welcoming small town, and we would love to host you.
Thanks so much, Jessica and Joshua. As Jessica mentioned, they do operate under both tuition plans, home and host. If you choose host tuition, it is $4,716 a semester. And this also is a campus that still has availability for spring 2026. So thanks so much. Great to hear about USD. And next up, we have Michigan Tech. Take it away, Casey.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Casey Nelson. I'm the NSE coordinator for Michigan Tech. We are located in the town of Houghton, Michigan, which is at the tip top of the Upper Peninsula. So we're right on Lake Superior. You can reach Lake Superior going east or west or north. And we are a remote university, but as you can kind of see by our stats here, nearest town of 20,000 away, 2 hours, 100K. So we have two main types of students. Students that are really passionate about their academics, primarily STEM. We're known as a premier technological university of the North, as not over 90% of our students are in STEM fields. And we're also known for students that love being outdoors. So those are kind of our two main students that we draw here at Michigan Tech. We're the #1 safest public college in Michigan. There are 5 state and national parks within 50 miles, and we have over 600 acres of forest to explore, whether that's hiking, biking, snowshoeing, snowboarding, etc. And we've recently ranked as the #16 nation's best public colleges, according to the Wall Street Journal. So some of our highlights. So I'll start by talking about some of our academic programs. We have 5 colleges. Our College of Business is AACSB accredited. We have a College of Computing, Engineering, Forest Resources and Environmental Science, and then Sciences and Arts. So our top majors by enrollment for each of those colleges, for engineering, mechanical and aerospace engineering is our top major. Our computer science program has ranked top 10 in the US, and there are concentrations in applications, computer systems, and game development. Our wildlife ecology and conservation major is home to the longest running predator prey study in the world. So those students get to digitize wolf calls, tag birds, track wildlife with radio telemetry. And then human biology is our primary major. Oh, engineering management, I'm skipping, which is also ranked as a top 10 engineering management program in the United States. And then human biology, we have a brand new $53 million health STEM complex on campus. So those students work on DNA analysis, confocal microscopy, cell sorting, chromatography. Don't ask me what those are, but that's what they do. Let's see, and then some unique programs. Mechatronics is a growing major around the United States, and Michigan Tech is ranked the best college in the US for mechatronics, robotics, and automation engineering. Geospatial, I feel like, is one of the quintessential majors of our university, as it's very, very high tech and also very, very outdoors. Students do a lot with global navigation satellite systems, high definition surveying, unmanned aerial systems, geographic information systems type stuff. We have a theater and entertainment technology major, and then medical laboratory science and a minor in humanitarian engineering. So being as remote as we are, campus life is very, very vibrant. We have over 240 student organizations on campus. Winter Carnival is one of our biggest traditions. We get over 200 inches of snowfall for years. So you can see this one picture here. There's a month-long snow statue building contest between some of the larger student organizations, primarily our fraternities and sororities. And then Winter Carnival kicks off Wednesday evening with the overnight 24-hour statue build competition. So all of the different residence halls or smaller student organizations can join a team to register to build an overnight statue, and there's a competition for that as well. Another quirky event that we have is our cardboard boat races, which takes place during homecoming in the fall. So we're located right on the Portage Canal, which kind of cuts through the Keweenaw Peninsula, which we're located in the middle of to connect each end of Lake Superior. So when students are typically moving in at the beginning of the semester and kind of getting rid of all the cardboard that comes with moving, you'll see the RAs running around and collecting that all, make sure it doesn't get thrown out, so students can spend the first month to 6 weeks of the semester putting their cardboard boats together. We have a very international campus. We have a very large graduate school, which brings a lot of international students here. So we have a very large parade of nations. Broomball is probably our most popular intramural sport. There's over 240 teams that occur each year, and we have rinks right in the center of campus. So broomball is it's a small ice rink. There's no skates involved. You run around in your boots or shoes, and you fashion your own stick out of a broom. You'll see Walmart as soon as students move in at the beginning of the semester. All of the brooms and duct tape are front and center. That's like the thing in the front of the store when students are coming in and visiting. We do have Division I ice hockey team here. And we have one of the largest career fairs in the country. Each semester, I misspoke when I practiced this. I said 300 and I double checked. We have 400 companies each semester and over 2,000 recruiters that come to Michigan Tech for our career fair. The Northern Lights, which have been all over the country recently, are things that students go hunting for here all the time. Our fall foliage is also very renowned. We have a ski hill that's right across the canal from campus, and it's free for students. It's owned by the university. And obviously, we're a great destination if you love hiking, biking, paddling, referring to kayaking. But yeah. And then here's just some more pictures, view of our campus from the ski hill, Parade of Nations. Here's one of our broomball rinks, foliage. And then I believe this is a vessel for our one of our wildlife ecology students. And then a couple special programs I want to note. We have what's known as enterprise here. So this is when students of any major work in teams on real projects with real clients and environment that's like business more opposed to a classroom. and they get coaching and guidance from faculty mentors. So we have over 25 plus enterprise teams that work to invent products, provide services, and pioneer solutions. Students must attend for the full academic year to participate and enroll in a 1 to 2 credit enterprise course each semester. So to join, all you have to do is attend Enterprise Day, which is the first week of October. Some of the unique teams are advanced motorsports, board sport technologies, Husky game development, strategic education through naval systems experiences. Teams range from as little as 10 students to as large as 90 students per team. And the only additional cost is a course fee, which is typically $50 per semester. And then finally, if the Houghton Hancock area isn't remote enough for you, we also have an integrated field practicum, or what we call our fall camp. So this is students need to meet a certain set of prerequisites to participate that you typically meet by your third year. And the majors that participate are forestry, wildlife ecology and conservation, applied ecology and environmental science, and then natural resources management. So you can see some of the courses that students take: land measurement, GPS, wildlife habitat, timber harvesting, insect ecology. So there's an additional course fee for these courses that range from $500 to $600, and then the cost of the accommodation for the field camp, including the meal plan, is $5,330. So that's a quick glimpse of Michigan Tech. So I hope you'll consider joining us in the future.
Sounds great. Thanks so much, Casey. Michigan Tech does operate under home tuition, so students continue to pay their home campus tuition, just room, board, some fees to the host school. And they generally accept most applicants. 75% plus will generally be accepted by Michigan Tech. Okay, so what comes next? So first of all, students should contact their home NSE coordinator. You can do that by clicking the request info button on the NSE website. You can also start your NSE application at any point. If you're thinking about spring 2026 exchange, there are still some opportunities for that, as I mentioned earlier today. Apply now for those. For students thinking a little bit further out, fall 26 or spring 27, applications are generally due in February. And I encourage you to sign up for an NSE info session. Those are hosted weekly. You can access the list and register on the NSE website. Just click NSE info sessions there. And also register for more NSE road trip sessions. Next week, we're featuring some of our Canadian campuses. So hope that you can join us. Thank you so much for joining us here today. If you have questions, please stay here and ask them of an individual campus or anybody else. You certainly should visit the NSE website for more information. Your next step should be to contact your home NSE coordinator. You can find their info at nse.org. And also just a reminder to follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, a few other social media platforms as well. Our name is generally NSE_exchange.